Hello, today we'll be working on the last part of the series for the car jack assembly. We will be assembling this finally. So here is the assembly breakdown. So we will be building it like this, and then we can do an exploded view in the drafting. I'll show you how to do that. And these are the items of which we have built already. And we will be using and recreating this parts list right here. You can download this PDF, or you can take screenshots of what I'm scrolling through right now. And we will assemble this. The names of the components are here, P1-3, so that's how I saved my names. P1-4, 1-5, 1-6, 1-7, 1-8, 1-9, 1-10, 1-11, 1-12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I'm going to throw this on my second screen. All right, so let's go to new assembly. Choose your location. All right, let's load up our first part. Jack base 1. Okay. And we will say, okay. I will move this, so left click over here, slide over here to move. Click on that. And we get this little thing right here. We can grab this little ball right here and click on it, hold it, and drag it. And then rotate it down like this. And we see that angle says -90 now. That's where we want it. So perfect. We can slide this over a little bit, grab that triangle right there. Perfect. All right, it's okay. So now we have positioned that. We want to click on that guy, and let's go to our assemblies tab right here. And we're going to tell this that we want it to fix that. So that's our main center locate. That's our main starting point. Okay, so we should see fix. There we go. Okay, so now I clicked on that, and now we have this new constraint. So group by constraints. Okay, so that is constraints. All right, let's install our second piece. Looking at my manual real quick. Second piece is jack bottom leg, which is P1-4. So let's put in P1-4. All right, and you got to click on select object where we want to put it. So we want to kind of just get it in the general location. All right, and let's take a look. We want this on the outside. Or no, actually, the picture shows this on the inside. So we're going to have this on the inside, and this is M12, and this should be like a 16. So we want this on the bottom. So click OK. This is about the correct location, so we're going to click on concentric. Click on this hole right there, and we're going to click right here, and it's going to align those two together. Say OK. All right. So now if we want, we can put a little angle on this. In the view, it shows a little angle. So we're going to left click on it, click on this move right here, and we're going to click on this guy right here, and we're just going to rotate this about 20 degrees. Okay. Okay. All right. We want one more of these. So let's import this guy, add component 1-4. Okay. We're going to click on our select our object, and I'll keep it right there. That's fine. That looks good. I'm going to rotate this. There we are. And it's okay. So now I will go over here to my concentric. I will grab this little hole right on the outside. Let me redo that. Click right there. Click on this guy. Secondary object is this guy. Say okay. And that has positioned that one. We can do left click, move, rotate it about 20. Okay, there we are. So next we are going to build number 3, which is the bolts. So they are Okay, number 3 is an M12 bolt. I'm sliding all the way into PDF, looking for M12, and it is P1-17. So yeah, that's it. Okay, and now we will place selector object. So we're going to click on about there. Yep. Base and jack base 1. Yep, perfect. It kind of goofed it there. We could rotate it, flip it. No. All right, let's cancel that one. Let's re-add. We're going to add P1-17. All right, we're going to click on our object. Perfect. Left click. Yeah, base and jack. Okay, and we're gonna flip this. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna say okay. We're gonna left click on this guy, and we're going to move it. Click on move. Click on this little triangle. Let's pull it out. Let's say okay. And now we want to go over here, rotate it. Use your middle mouse button to do that rotation. And if you're having difficulty with that, if you hold down that middle mouse button, you see that blue circle there, it helps you align and rotates you about that point right there. So, and then you can do your zoom in, zoom out from your scrolly wheel. Okay, so let's hit our concentric here. Click on this edge and this edge. There we are. Click OK. Gotta add one more of these. Cancel. Add 17. Okay, we'll click on our object. There we go. Okay, I'll flip this. If you accidentally get out of that dialog box, we'll fix it. If you ever see this when it highlights only the object and nothing else seems to work anymore, so to fix that, we just got to go over here to click on Assembly Navigator, this guy right here. Go over here to Assembly 1. Click 2 times on this. As you can see, we are actually within this part. We're within what's called as the work part. So it's a little bold. So now we want assembly, and we want none of these bold except for this guy right here. So that's telling us now we're in the assembly 1. Okay. So we can left click on this guy, and we can flip it. So let's go to that move. I'm going to left click, and then yeah, that should pop up. I'm going to go to move. I'm going to do a rotation here. Click on this guy right here. Let's rotate that 90. 180, sorry. Okay, click OK. Now we can go over here to concentric. This guy to that guy. Okay, there we are. Okay, let's do a save. Just to be safe. All right, so next, go to my PDF. I'm looking at my PDF. Next one is 4, which is 4 is the second bolt. Let's go to 5. 5 is, I'm going to zoom into 5. 5 is, must be this guy right here. The top piece, this guy here too. So 5, let's look for 5. 5 is jack upper leg, okay? And then jack upper leg is right here. So P1-6, let's get that one. I didn't make this PDF, so yeah, it's a little confusing, but anyway, we'll work with it. P1-6, there we are. Now we will object. We're gonna get it orientated properly. Just kind of hovering over. There we are. Kind of want it there. All right. So now I want to take a look and see how this orientated. So I'm looking at the PDF again. Looks like this flat side is on the other side. So let me do a rotation of that. Perfect. And I will take this size right here, and I think they match up. So let's click OK. Get out of that. Let's go to concentric. We want to take this circle right here, and we want to match it with this inner circle right here. Perfect. All right, and there we are. Now we can do a little rotation left click, move. We're gonna get that. We're gonna click on this little ball right here and kind of rotate that guy 20 degrees. There we go. It's okay. Now we're gonna insert one more of these. Select your object. Okay, click down there. I want, yep, the piece on the outside. Want the larger hole on the bottom. Yep, sounds good. A little graphics issue here, but when you can do a Control F, and that would do a fit. That would fix it. So I'm just gonna say okay. I'm gonna do my Control F and see how it got back. It's good now. All right, so now I'm gonna take this circle right here, concentric. Click on this guy right here, and then let's get to the inner area right there. Okay. Yep. Then we're going to rotate this guy, left click, move, and we're going to do 20 degrees. Okay. We may have to adjust this in a little bit, but we'll get there. All right. So next, looking at the PDF, number 5 is the one we just put in. 6 is the jack pin with thread. So let me go over here. Jack pin with thread, number 6. So this is 6. Jack pin with thread. Jack pin with thread is P1-7, okay? So let's enter P1-7. Open. 1-7. Okay. Let's, should be, yep, should be something like that. Okay. So that is about the orientation that we want. We just gotta get it correctly into there. And there are 2 of these, so we will have one for each side. So they're gonna go inside of here. So let's click on this concentric, this guy right here, to this guy. Or let's see, might go to that guy. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's fine. It's a little bit like slid out, but that's fine. Yeah. So it's not perfectly sized. Anyway, let's go to the other one. We may adjust that later. We'll see. P1-7. Okay. And now we're going to select our object, get in the correct orientation. Okay. Now we're going to go to concentric, that circle to that circle. Okay, there we are. Next one, number 7. Number 7 is the top piece right here. So jack cap. Jack cap is 1-5. So let's go to add component. Jack cap, and going to click on select object. We want it to somewhat like that. Let me click there. I'm going to do rotation. Yep, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to match up. Let's see how this sits. And looks like it sits over top. So it's going to sit over top, and then the bolt's going to go into there. So we're going to match up the inner edge, inner circle. Oops. Where'd it go? Come back. We can use this guy and get him back in a kind of close to the orientation. All right. So now we want to click on that inner circle right there. Click OK. Eccentric. This guy with this guy right here. There we are. Okay. And now we should probably, let's see what happens if we click on this guy. And this guy. Should, yep, perfect. Yep. All right. So we're getting there. All right. Next is 8, which is, zooming in, 8, let's take a look. 8 is a bolt, so M10 by 1.5 bolt. So let's go find our PDF. It's at the very end. So M10 bolt, P1-13, so add. I'm gonna go P1-13, here we are. And select object. Yep. Click OK. We're gonna, well, we can actually want to flip that. Perfect. And it's okay. Now we're gonna grab this. Left click on that bolt. Click move. We're gonna move that out so we can see it. Okay. Rotate that. Click OK. Eccentric. This face. That edge. With the edge. And there we are. One more of these need to add. So add component. P1-13. Okay. Select object. Yep. Okay. We're gonna flip this guy. Okay, if we accidentally dropped it and we need to fix it, we're just gonna go click here, move. And we can click on, we can get in this orientation, rotate that 180 degrees. It had a slight delay, but no problem. 180, okay. Eccentric. Click on this edge, click on this edge. And there we are. All right, next item. 10, where's 10? 8, 9, 9 is a nut. So we got M10 by 1.5 nut. And that one is P1-14. So add component. P1-14. And we're gonna get it close. Select object. Head click on that face, click OK. Now we will do eccentric. This inner edge, hopefully it's the right edge, with this edge. Yep, perfect. Let's add that guy again. Add component. P1-14. Okay. Select object. Perfect. Okay. Eccentric. Let's get in there. Let's find the edge if we can. Right there to right there. Go. Nope. Okay. Control Z. We must have clicked on the wrong edge. No problem. If you have a problem with finding that edge inside of there, we can actually left click, move, pull it out. Okay. Now we can see it much better. Concentric. That edge. This edge. Good to go. Perfect. All right, next. Scrolling through our PDF, go on the very top. Let's see what we got next is 9, 10. 10 is the... All right, now number 10 is this guy right here, and that is the screw base. So let's put in screw base. Let's find out which one that is. P1-8. So P1-8 is the screw base. So that's the next one we're going to put in. 5, 5. We're going to select this object here. I think that was about the correct orientation right there. Face. Okay. Double check my my PDF. Looks like, yeah, that one piece goes through there. Okay. Screw holes on the left side. Yep, there we are. So now we probably want to match up that circle with that circle right there. So let's make this concentric here to here. Let's take a look, see how that is. slightly off, but that's because of this bolt location will need to be adjusted. Slightly left or right. And so is this. This should be off a little bit. It's okay. We will probably remove that thread for assembly purposes, but let's keep going on. All right, so next is number, we just did 10, 11. 11 is this guy. 11 is jack motor case. Jack motor case is 1-9. Add component 1-9. I want to just kind of get it in the correct orientation. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then we can do rotation here. Should be something like that, I'm guessing. Let me look at my PDF. Yes. So it shows that these bolts actually bolt into there. Yep, so we will match those up. That's how we will align this one. Oops. Just kind of getting it back into that general orientation. Grab it and pull it out. Okay, we're gonna hit OK. And we're gonna grab one of these circles. Actually, we can grab that circle right there. Concentric this guy with this guy. And that's not good. So let's cancel that. Let's actually do the bolts. So this bolt with this, okay, and it has the option to rotate, so we don't want it to rotate, so we can actually do one more if we want, that way to lock it in position. So let's go this guy, and we can go this edge with the other edge, so there should be two edges there and it locked it in position, so this should not be able to rotate. Okay, let's go back to PDF. Number 12. Number 12 is a long rod, I think. Let me go number 12. So number 12 is right here, and it's a very long rod. Or let's take a look at 12. What's 12? It is the jack rotor. Okay, let's go find jack rotor. Right there it is, jack screw. Oh, that's jack. This is jack rotor 11, P1-11. And where's it going? P1-11. It's going there. Add component. P1-11. Object. Get close. About there. Let's do rotation. Yep, I think that's it. Now we can move that out of position here in a second. Let's left click on it. Let's do a move. Let's grab that guy and pull him all the way out. Okay. Let's position him into here. So let's do a eccentric, this edge, with this edge. Good to go. All right, next one. "13 is the jack screw. So 13 is pointing to this jack screw right here. And 13 jack screw right here. And that jack screw is right here. So the big long one, P1-10. Add component. P1-10. Okay. We're gonna start putting this guy inside here. Let's do it. Let's just get it orientated correctly. Come on. It's not let me. What does this do there? Whatever. Okay. I'm just gonna click there. I'm now gonna do. Yep. Keep going, cycling through there. All right, there we go. So now we got it. So now we will. Let me take a look at this, and we will match these faces up with the internal. Say okay. So this is, I would say, this here concentric with this circle sounds good to me. So this edge right here to this edge right here. Okay, and that should go through everything. Okay, and let's take a look at that. That looks slightly off there. Why is this slightly off? Not sure. We aligned that. This can float a little bit. We do want this circle to be the same as this circle. So we'll fix that in a second here. I think we're really, really close to being done. We got a couple nuts to put on, a few more bolts, nuts, and then last piece. All right, we'll go with the fine details in a minute. So right now we're just going to grab the number 14. Number 14 is the, like the eyelet thing right here, number 14, okay? And we're going to go with, what is 14? It is the manual screw, all right? And scrolling through. All right, P1-12 is the manual screw. Let's insert that guy. So now we're going to go with add component. P1-12. Select object. Want to get it close there. Okay. Now we're going to say, we can flip this actually. Let's see what happens. Nope. Well, doesn't matter there. Nope, nope. It's not going to do what we want. All right. Click OK. We are going to left click, move, and we're just going to grab this little ball right here. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Perfect. Okay, say okay. Now we want to match up that circle, concentric, this guy with this guy. Okay, now we are good. So next, back to PDF, 15 and 16 are nuts and screw. All right, so now we're going to add some more screw bolts and nuts. So 15 and 16. So these are M6 by 1.0 nut. They're at the very end here. M6 by 1.0. There it is. So we got P15 and 16. I think whoever made this PDF goofed it up a little bit, but we'll insert P15 and 16. We know where they go. So, but all we gotta do is remember P15 and 16. All right, so let's do add component. We want that one. Yep, P15. And we're gonna add load parts object. Yep, perfect. It's okay. Then we can click on this guy and we can do a move. Rotate it 180 degrees. Say okay. Concentric, that guy with this guy. Okay, perfect. Since we have a bunch of these, we have like three of these to put in. Three more. We can actually do cut like a copy. Let's do a move. We're gonna grab this guy. We're gonna do a copy here, and we can do copy. Now we can just grab this guy if we wanted to, or we could actually point to point. Okay, so from point, let's click on this circle right here. To point. Okay, got it. So we can do it again. Now it has a X2 on there. So let's do it again. Let's do copy, move component. Grab these two. 1, 2. From point. First do this. Copy. From point. This point to bottom here. Okay, and then insert all 4 very quickly. All right, so let's put on our nuts. 16. We're just gonna get in the general area. There we go. Actually just snapped it right to it. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna click on this guy. I'm gonna do move because I want to see what I'm doing and grab the proper line. So I'm going to click on dynamic. That's the one we want for these. Okay, pull out. And now we just want to look at that center circle. All right. Notice we have threads in here. So these threads actually can prevent us from doing a good alignment of this. So what we probably should do is change those threads. So let's go in. There's 2 ways we could probably do this. One, we could probably do it concentrically by doing this outside edge to this edge. Okay, that's fine. Yep. So we're good. If the thread interfered, we could remove the thread, but it's okay. Now we're going to copy and move that. So let's go to move. This guy, we're going to do copy. Click on point to point. And we're going to click on this top point right here. Ooh, not that guy. We're going to click on this guy right there to this guy. Okay. Move. Click, click. Copy. From this to this. Okay. And there we are. Okay, next is we're missing these bolts these nuts right here. So let's go get that and install that. Now they are M12 by 1.75 nut. Item number 4. It's not actually showing in this view right here, but let's go down to the very bottom. What do we say? M12. And should be P1-18. That's our M12. Add component. Open. P1-18. Okay. We're going to do a select object. That's it. Okay. And it actually looks good, but it's not. If something else were to move, this could move. But I think it's actually fine. If we want to move it out, we can move it out. Let's move component. Copy. Specify from point. That one. 2 point. Okay. Good to go. All right. So that's pretty much the entire jack. If we want to fine tune this, let's do a save. And we want to make sure everything moves properly. It looks like there's some issues here, so we gotta address those. So this hole didn't line up. We're gonna get rid of that thread. We're gonna get rid of this thread. Just make it a simple symbolic thread. And we're gonna get rid of that thread. All right. So now, and then we can reposition these left and right. So we did build the assembly, but it's not functional yet. So let's make this functionable. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna 2 times click on this guy. we're going to get into that, and it's going to be the work part now. See how it highlighted it? So we are bold on this guy right here. So now let's go over here. I'm going to click on our part navigator. Let's go to our detailed thread. We're going to double click on that guy. Click on detailed, go to symbolic, click OK. And then we can go back to here, click on top 2 times. We're back into the assembly. You see how that is now symbolic? So that's exactly what we want. Now we want to go on this guy. We can actually do this a different way. We can go left click, right click, and then we can go to make work part. So this is the part that we're working on currently. It's bold. There's 2 of them actually. So let's go over here to part navigator. Click on this detailed thread. Let's go to symbolic thread. Click OK. That changes both of them at the same time. All right, let's go back to our assembly. Double click that guy. Now we're back. All right, so now we want to make these kind of like in the center of each other. So we want to make them aligned with each other. All right, so after some playing around, I was able to get this figured out. Some of the things I had issues with, I was using concentric and I should have been using touch. So touch alignment seems to work better. Like this right here, looks like there is still an issue. So I've just hit touch this with this, and yeah, it's finding an issue. It's saying that because of that, it's now breaking something. So I can control Z that. Anyway, so that is the jack, and let me click on this guy right here. Let's go to move. I can move him up and down now, and there's no like limitations of movement, so you can actually, you can change this to where it will not rotate like that, because of course you don't want this piece to rotate like that. Let me see. Yeah, it should not move left and right. No, shouldn't be that. It should be up and down only. All right, we're gonna go about and start deleting a lot of these constraints. So all these concentric ones that I know are bolts, I'm gonna leave that as is. Those are fine. Any of these touch ones and line ones, I will probably have to get rid of. There's only a couple of the touch and line ones that I think are important. So I'm gonna just cycle through these guys right here and seeing where they are. Yeah, those look fine. That guy, get rid of that guy. That guy. That one I want to keep, and that one I want to keep. Those are the only 2. Get rid of all the others. Now this thing has truly no huge constraints. I'm missing a couple of pieces of this. Click on this guy right here, over here. Got those 2. Okay, so now we are good. So now something is wrong with this guy right here. He was moving off in the outer space, and yeah, constraining him was hard. So anyway, let's find the degrees of motion, and let's restrain these. Okay, so we want definitely to have this one here restrained with that. There's an edge inside of there. I think that one's already there. Yeah, that's a touch. We kept that one. Okay, that's good. That one. There's 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now if I move this guy, we can see our degrees of freedom here. Let's move this guy. Let's see what happens. Dynamic. There. Click there. Yeah, there we go. I want to see this. So I pull this guy up. See how he disconnects. So I want to fix that. Okay, it's okay. So now I want to lock these into position. Let's see what else we got as far as issues going on. Let's go to move component. We're going to click on this guy. What happens if I click him? and pull him out. Yep, so he's allowed to pull out all by himself, which is bad. Okay, so that tells me I need to constrain these guys and these guys. So let's how do we constrain this guy? Let's on Control Z. We want to have this and this to be on the same level. Align. I want to align this face with this face. Okay, so now they are aligned. What happens if I move this? We have to align that face with this face now. So let's do that. Align this face with this face. There we are. Flipped it back into position. Looks good. Okay. Apply. Cancel. Now we need to align this face with this face. Flip it. There we are. Okay. Now we need to touch this face and this face. Good. Apply. Cancel. Let's see what happens when we move this. Moving up and down. Okay, it's still breaking it. Okay. Let's constrain this guy, that face to that face. Okay. Apply. Now this face to this face. Okay. Now this round to that round. Flip. There we are. Okay. And that's pretty. One more. Gotta fix that guy. So now we want this guy to that. Here to here. Okay. Apply. Then we want this guy to here. Okay. Now we want this guy to here. I think that's right. There it goes. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now move. There we are, looking a little better. Okay, if we move this up and down now. Yep, there we go. That appears to be correct. There's a pretty important constraint that we need to add, and that is we want to keep this top face always here in this plane. So it has to be the same plane as this one. So let's go with this dimension right here, or this angle. Object 1, object 2, and their angle is always going to be 0. Enter. So okay, and now it is locked. So this face will always be here, going straight up and down. It will always be on this plane. So no, it will not tilt in any way. So another thing that we should probably do is angle of this to angle of that is 0. It should be constrained to. Let's move. Let's see what happens if we move this guy. What? Up and down. Middle mouse button. There we are. he does not move any, and that's exactly what we want. So up and down. So it reminds me of a cartoon. The legs of a cartoon character. Alright, so I need to do a BOM on this, a parts list. So if we want to do that, we're going to go to drafting. So let's go to file, drafting. Okay, A3 sounds good. Close. We're going to add a base view. And you can see this is rather large, so we can change this down to less scale, and we can change it to an isometric or whatever we want. Actually, I want to orient this a little bit differently. So I'm going to click over here and use my space mouse to rotate that, or you can just rotate like that. Let's see, let's get a good isometric view. Stay in this box, and then it's okay. And that should update. There we go. Okay, and click there. Now I want to say close. Now, if we want to get rid of some of these, we can click on these lines and delete them if we want, those center lines, because we're not going to really take any dimensions from this. And now we can do a parts list. Let's check that parts list right here. And we're going to put the parts list right there, and then we can say auto balloons show. And there we are. I clicked on that outside line right there and all the balloons appeared. All right, so there we are. We have our parts list. We have our balloons, and we can click and hold and drag these out if we want. They are kind of auto-populated. All right, and there is our parts list, our balloons for our parts list, automatically created. And let's get out of it. Let's do a save. Let's hop out of this. We're going to go to modeling. Now in modeling, we want to do an explosion of this and show you a little better of what it looks like. All right, to hide these assembly constraints, we can go to View, Show Hide, Assembly Constraints, Hide. Okay, we'll get this hidden. Now, if we want to make this an exploded view of this, let's go to Assemblies. Going to go into Explosions, Create New. We're going to grab these items right here, hover over this guy. Grab that guy, and we'll leave that guy. All right, so let's do our here. Grab that guy, pull him out, apply. Okay, and then we can continue editing. Edit that if he accidentally jumped out. So we can manually click on that. We're gonna click here, grab this guy, pull him up. All right. And then we can grab this guy, pull him down, apply, always going to hit apply. Grab this guy, let's pull him down so we can hit our middle mouse button to like confirm. Pull that guy down, okay. And go a little bit further. All right, apply. This bolt didn't want to go with that, or this nut didn't want to go, so I'll just click on that middle mouse button to confirm that. We're going to slide this over right about there. Good to go. Okay, and yeah, if we want to take these bolts out, we can do that too. Click. So we would go back to the edit. Ding, 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 ding. And then we could actually pull these out too. So let's middle mouse button or click there. Scroll these guys, pull these out right about there. And if you want, you can actually add trace lines too. But hey, I'm not a big fan of trace lines. Okay, there's the explosion of it. Click close. And if you don't want to see that, it's we can just go in explosion and double click. And if you want to cycle that explosion, you just click on explosion and 2 times click, exploded, unexploded. That concludes our jack assembly build. So we have walked through creating each of the individual components, assembled all the components together, created a BOM or parts list, then created an exploded view. And so this should give you some, definitely some good information to build your own assemblies and get started with Siemens NX. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.